And we are live. Welcome. We've got live people in the studio. We have live people on the other side. We have a live person right here. So we're all going to be live today. Today's focus is Accentuate the Positive. So we're going to do a little breath work first. We'll set our intention. And then we will move through a fairly gentle practice today. Working on identifying the very positive things about each posture rather than, oh, my knee is collapsing in, or I can't get my head to the floor. We're going to say, oh, my shoulders are opening up. So this is the approach. Remember that what we practice, what we spend the most time on is what we master. So if we're practicing, I'm going to speak for myself, anger, I've gotten really good at it. So maybe we can practice focusing on the positive, and that will give us, sort of trip us a little bit into perhaps mastering a positive mindset going forward. It's all a practice. And remember, it is your practice. It's not mine, and it's just yoga. So if something doesn't work for you, don't do it or change it. Find your comfortable seat. Hands can rest in your lap or on your thighs or your knees. Tuck your chin a little bit in. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears, breath in. Press them behind you, release the breath out the mouth, release the shoulders. Let's take 2 more of those. Check in with your low back so you can tilt your pelvis a little bit forward, and then maybe your calves and your toes can relax a little bit, maybe the jaw. Maybe the eyelids. Maybe you imagine that they're rose petals resting on your eyes as opposed to squeezing them shut. Notice your breath. We're going to work on box breath today, which is an inhaling through the nose of 4, a holding of the breath for 4, an exhale out the mouth for 4, and then we hold again. But what I'll invite you to do is as you breathe in, imagine you're breathing in this beautiful soft white light. And as you hold that soft white light, that breath, that prana, your life force, you can imagine the light sort of expanding inside your body. And then as you exhale the breath out your mouth, you can imagine that you are sending some sort of goodness, positive energy, warmth, kindness, whatever you want, a positive thought or energy out into the world. You're welcome to pick a particular being to send it to, or maybe it's in general. We're going to breathe in to the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it 4, 3, 2, 1. Out the mouth 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Breathe in. Retain. Breathe out. And hold. 3 more, your cadence. Big, huge breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and release. Parasympathetic nervous system going for us right there. Draw your palms together at your heart. Loosen your shoulders from your ears. Consider here an intention for the practice. Maybe it's something to do with positive attitude, or maybe it's something else. Maybe it's just staying with the moment. We'll use a chant of Om to spread that intention around like it's a little foundation, a mattress for the practice. You're welcome to join in and chant, or you might take it silently, or maybe you just listen. To do so, we breathe all the air out of the lungs. Inhale fully. Find our way into a child's pose. Coming face down, knees wide, arms long in front. Big toes touch. Sitting bones draw toward your heels. If you need a prop because your head doesn't reach the ground, maybe you could place a bed pillow or a bolster underneath your belly and your forehead. And we take here a moment to find the breath once again. Each breath out, imagine it's spreading across your low back. Place the palms together with your pinky fingers on the ground. Your thumbs are pointing toward the sky. Bend your elbows to bring the fingers to the nape of your neck or between your shoulder blades. One at a time, walk your elbows forward until they can't move forward anymore. You don't want to move the bum away from the heels. We're stretching out under the arms, maybe a little bit the triceps, into the shoulder blades, across the rib cage. Breathe in. And let it go. I feel like I could stay here for the whole practice. All right, palms to the ground. Draw into a forearm tabletop. Not that you have forearms, but you're bringing your forearms to the ground. Elbows underneath your shoulders. Make sure your knees are as wide as your shoulders and your feet follow. Imagine you're pressing the thumb mounds into the earth and you're kind of dynamically drawing back the energy of the fingers, the hands, and the forearms. Move into some cats and cows. Take your time. And add a little wiggle waggle left and right, or hip circles. Just finding a little bit of smoothness, beginning to lubricate the joints. I know many of you have been up for at least a couple of hours. You might have already moved around, but we're kind of finding our place. And move into your tabletop. We're going to reach the right leg long with the ball of the foot on the ground and press into the heel, open up the calf. Maybe you rock forward and backward. Squeeze the right glute. You can take this from a forearm stance if you need to. And the next time the shoulders come over the wrists, float the right leg from the earth. Imagine you're stepping on a wall behind yourself. See if you can keep your hips square and swing the right leg out to the right, and it is off the ground. Then plant the foot, press into the outer edge of it, and come up to kneeling. So you're sort of a gate. You're going to place the right hand on the right thigh, float the left arm high, and take a tilt over to the right. Open up your heart. Really press into the outer edge of that foot. Maybe you're like me, you can feel this in your left psoas. Psoas. We're going to lift up, find a cactus shape in our arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and continue to press the outer edge of the left foot to the earth. Drop your left hand outside your left knee and reach the right arm high. Rock star. Ta-da. Fingers like you mean it. Press the pelvis forward. Look up at your right thumb. We're going to come back into a tabletop with the right leg lifted behind us. And then one of my favorite stretches, swing the right leg above the left calf, way out to the left side. Maybe you can peek over to the left. Drop the shoelace side of your foot to the ground, and then glide the front of your right hip to your left heel. You got it. Come to your forearms. Booyah! Love this stretch. glutes, the IT band. If there's more there for you, you can tuck your right toes under and float your right knee off the mat. And then reach that right heel away to the left. Lots of rights and lefts. I'm going to come back into a three-legged tabletop. Draw your knee above your right elbow, round your spine, scoop your belly, drop your head, inhale, extend again, and then the knee comes to the earth. You might need some wiggle waggles, cats and cows, before we take all those shenanigans to the other side. Strong belly, left leg long on the mat, ball of the foot connects to the earth, opening up the sole of the foot, the Achilles, the calf. Maybe a little rocking, maybe not. Shoulders over the wrists, left leg floats. Hips are square, left leg floats out to the left. Left foot draws to the ground, and we come to standing on our right knee. Some people call it kneeling. Left hand on your left thigh, right arm floats. Tilt over to the left. Working for a straight left leg. A lot of energy in the outer edge, like it's zip locked to the floor. Lift the heart. Rise up, both arms high. Cactus shape. Close the saloon doors in front of you so the pinkies are touching. Open. Right hand down, left arm high. Pelvis forward, gaze up at your left thumb. Press into the left heel. Return to your table, 3 legs. Left leg is behind you. Knee to your elbow. Press the ground away. Inhale, extend. And the knee returns to the mat. If you need some cats and cows or something else, or you're like me and you're now warmed up, you need to remove a layer. Take your time. We're going to meet in down dog whenever you are ready. And if you're never ready, you can stay in tabletop. Pedal it out. Really feel the lifting of the hips by drawing the navel toward the spine. Find a little stillness, and we'll take a long, slow inhale. Let it go out the mouth. Bring your left foot a little bit more to the center of the mat, left and right, and float your right leg high. Draw your knee to your nose, round your spine, scoop the belly in. Inhale, extend back out. Knee crosses the body toward the left elbow. It might not tap, that's okay. Inhale, lengthen up. And you know where it's going, above the right elbow. Inhale, extend. Right foot to the mat, down dog. Breath in and out. Right foot moves a teeny bit to the left. Left leg floats. Left knee to the nose. Lengthen up. Cross the body with the left knee. Right elbow. Get long. Last one, knee to elbow. Extend. And downward dog. Breath in and out. Walk your hands to your feet, finding a forward fold at the back of the mat. I'm sure some people are saying, that didn't feel gentle, Karen. Maybe a bind. You could take ragdoll or hands behind your ankles or your calves. Wherever you go with this, make sure the feet are parallel to the outer edges of the mat. Your noggin is super heavy. Belly connects to the thighs, so you might need to soften your knees. If you are not in a ragdoll, take a ragdoll. Hands can cup the elbows. And slowly we're going to rise up, rooting to rise, pressing into the earth. Keep your bind. When the shoulders stack over the hips, the arms reach up overhead. You might need to make a little more space. Shoulders release, belly in, breathe in. Exhale, tilt over to the right. Imagine the left rib cage, doesn't really matter which side you start with, the left rib cage is opening up like the size of a canoe. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, tilt the other way. Inhale, lift up, cactus shape arms. Apparently that's a favorite thing today. Interlace the hands behind your low back. Keep your elbows bent to start with. Draw your belly in. Soften your knees a little bit. And then allow the arms to extend. Only if that feels okay. Open up the heart. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. We're going to sit into a modified chair pose. A little bind here. We're going to rise up to the balls of the feet. Sink down a little bit more. Bring the heels down. See if you can imagine you're squeezing a block between your knees. Next exhale, we're going to fold, maintaining the bind. Release your hands toward the earth. Imagine your arms are like elephant trunks and they're swaying left and right. That might be kind of cool, an elephant to have two trunks. Hands are guided to your shins. Press away, lift halfway up. Ardha Uttanasana. Hips back, shoulders toward your hips. Maybe an extra bend in your knees. Breathe in. Breathe out, release. Inhale, rise to standing. Imagine you're a slinky. Rolling up. Arms sweep wide and high. Samasthihi, hands to your heart. Mountain pose. Maybe your eyes close here. You return to your intention. Perhaps for many, this is an easy pose to find something positive about, but maybe it's not your usual positive thing. For me, right now, I have a little sway forward and backward, and that feels really good. So that's my positive thing. Inhale, arms wide and high. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Uttanasana, forward fold. Root to rise. Mountain pose. Arms sweep wide and high. Coming through Samasthihi to your forward fold once again. Fingertips on the earth. You might need to bend your knees for that. And then lift your heels off the earth. Draw your sitting bones toward your heels into a crouch. Not roach, crouch. Hands to your heart, finding balance. Whee! See if you can rise up, pressing to standing with your heels off the ground, and then move into chair. Yeah. Hands can rise over your head. We're going to take a twist, left arm forward, right arm behind. Reach, reach, reach. Gaze toward your right thumb. Open up the collarbones. Come front and center. And twist the other side. Draw your tailbone down. There you go. Come around to front, lift up to standing. And a forward fold. Nice work. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Walk into your downward dog. Heels might peel away. Totally okay. Inhale, slowly peel forward to your plank. Find that strong belly. Float the right leg off the mat. Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze your left quad. Bring your right toes back down. Lift the left foot off the mat. Reach the heels behind you. Bring the left toes down. Slowly lower all the way to the mat. You can bend your knees. Keeping your elbows in toward your ribs, nose, chin, chest. Hands by your sides, backs of the hands on the earth. Turn your head so your left ear and cheek are on the mat. See if you can scoot your shoulders away from your ears. Take a big breath in. Let it go out the mouth. Nice, gentle neck stretch. Lift your head off the mat and turn your head the other way. Forehead returns to the mat. Forearms come to the mat, and we find a little Sphinx pose. Elbows under the shoulders. If you have low back issues, you might move the feet farther apart, and so instead of one tree trunk, you have a split. And the elbows draw backward, the palms of the hands draw backward. The heart, imagine, is going forward of your thumbs. Squeeze the shoulder blades, draw the navel in. Bony hips should be on the earth. Come all the way down to the mat. You're welcome to stack your hands and turn your head to one side again. Bring your forehead to the backs of your hands. Turn your head to the other side. Forehead to the mat. Hands draw under your shoulders. You're going to come back to downward dog. You might do that through tabletop or through a plank or through a child's pose. Rise to the tippy toes, bend your knees, look past your hands, and take a walk or a hop or a dance to them. Forward fold. Yogi toe lock, peace fingers wrap around your big toes. Your thumbs rest on the top of the toes. Breathe in, find a half lift. Draw the belly in, the hip bones back. Bend your elbows out to either side and fold again. Release your bind, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Left foot way to the back of the mat, runner's lunge. Finding your balance. This might be another posture that you can find something easily positive about. Maybe the stretch you're getting in your left leg. Or maybe as you work to draw that belly energy away from the thigh, you start to feel your heart open a little bit. Left fingertips draw down, right arm floats high for your twist. Keep pressing into the big toe mound of the right foot. Drop your back knee. Untuck your toes. Rise up with the left arm forward, the right arm behind you, east-west twist. Right hand drops behind you or toward your left thigh, and the left arm floats high, opening up your hip flexor a little bit more. And if you have more space to work with, you can sink a little deeper into your right knee. Face forward, arms overhead, Anjaneyasana. Pinkies face each other. We're pressing a lot of energy into the right heel and the shoelace side of the left foot. Hands frame your front foot for a half split. Is your knee okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Ardha Hanumanasana. If you move your hands too far forward, you start to round, especially if you're not as open in your hammies like me. So bring your hands back a little bit and then reach the heart past the toes. The sole of the right foot returns to the mat. Hands sneak forward. We tuck the back toes under and return to runner's lunge. You might need to shorten your stance. Shift your weight into your front foot and see if you can float your left leg off the mat. Draw your left knee to your nose and move into a chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale, rise to standing. Breathe out, fold. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Right foot to the back of the mat, runner's lunge. And maybe you find something different. What is the positive sensation in this? Maybe you just allow the body to settle in and feel where it feels good. Right fingertips down, left arm floats high, twist. Yeah. We twist from the belly, not the shoulders. We check in with our wrists. Keep pressing into the whole left foot. Remain in your twist, drop your right knee, untuck your toes. East to west pose, right arm forward, left arm behind you, lifting up. Nice. Left hand drops behind you or behind your right leg, and the right arm floats. We lift like a reverse. Face forward, arms up overhead. Sink deeper into your left knee. Draw the belly in slightly. Frame your front foot, half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. We lengthen that left leg. Peel the ball of the foot away. Find what feels good, the sensations that make sense in your body here. Maybe it's the opening of the hamstrings. Maybe it's the drawing backward of that left heel and the opening of the heart. Foot plants, back toes tuck. We're going to step right into our downward dog. Make your way to the front of the mat. Could be on tippy toes, maybe not. You could hop, you could dance, you could skip. Forward fold. Rise up to standing. Exhale, fold once again. Halfway lift. Hands plant, runner's lunge with the left foot behind you. Feel familiar? Maybe you find a different spot that feels positive sensations. We're going to hover over that right thigh with the hands by the sides. Serious bounce, serious power squeeze the shoulder blades together. Rise up, crescent warrior. What feels positive about crescent? I can feel my left glutes activating. That's good. An opening of the heart. Maybe you find cactus-shaped arms if that feels better for you. Yeah, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Draw the belly in and up. Widen the arms. Bring them parallel in front of you. Lock them back into your shoulders. Big breath in. We're going to move into warrior two. So like drawing our bow backward. Right toes point forward. Palms face down. It's not like the Olympics. You don't have to land perfectly. So if you need to shift, shift. Front palm flips, reverse. Draw the belly in. Warrior two. Reverse. Side angle. Yep, you got it. Squeeze your right glutes a little bit. Lift the heart. We're barely putting any weight into that right arm. Rise to warrior two. Hands draw to your hips, and we pivot on that front heel to face the long edge of the mat. Toes in, heels out. Jab your fingers into your hip creases. Draw your belly in and up, breathe in. Exhale, fold halfway down. So the hips come back, the heart reaches forward. Next breath out, you can come all the way down to the mat. Or not, your choice. I'm going to find wider legs here. That is helpful for my opening of the inner thighs. Drop your head. Left hand on the mat below your nose, and the right arm floats high. Twisting, maybe you find a half bind. The navel is orbiting the spine. And the right hand drops. Left arm floats high. Maybe you find your half bind. The left hand drops. Hands come to the hips again. We rise halfway up. We rise all the way up. And then we pivot on the ball of the right foot, coming back into a warrior two. Once you're in your warrior two, you're going to squeeze your glutes a little bit. Lift the right heel off the mat, sink further, and draw your heel down. Lengthen your front leg now. We're going to move gently into Trikonasana triangle pose. So the hips shift to the left, toward your left side, and the right arm reaches forward, 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 forward. Till it can't reach anymore, we drop the hand, lift the left hand. You want your shoulders and your hips in the same line, so rise up a little bit. There you go. Yeah, beautiful. And now the posture, it polarizes us. We're going to rise back to warrior two. Reverse it. Windmill the hands inside the right foot. Drop your back knee to the earth and heel toe the right foot way to the right. Send your hands forward of your shoulders and your hips, your pelvis moves forward. And peel open that right foot like a book. Welcome to grab a prop. Lizard pose. This is a pose I used to abhor. And now I've found a way to find what feels right in it. I love that it opens up the left quad a little bit, the left psoas a little bit, and the inner right hip. I love that there's a little bit of power across the shoulder blades. What for you is a positive sensation in this posture? Hands will plant under your shoulders. Sole of that right foot returns to the mat. We step up to a wide legged fold at the front of the mat. Drop the head, lift the hips. Heel toe the feet back toward one another. Take a halfway lift. Release in your fold, and this time the right foot steps back, runner's lunge. Finding your length, finding your power, belly in and up, right heel reaches behind. Hover over the left thigh. I love this posture. It's like the statue on the bow of a ship. I'm sure there's a word for that, but open up the collarbones a bit more. Then lift up using the belly, crescent warrior. Cactus shape arms. Squeeze those shoulders. Lift the belly. Right heel straight to the sky. Widen your arms. Let the inner arms face one another. Shoulders back. Peel open warrior two. Left heel lifts. We sink down. Left heel meets the ground. Reverse the warrior. Opening up that left rib cage. Return trip warrior two. Reverse. Side angle. Warrior two. Hands to your hips, extend that front leg. Dolly your left foot to face the long edge of your mat. And we're going to pivot on the balls of the feet and bring the heels and toes out for our goddess pose, also known as temple, aka horse. Squeeze the glutes, draw the tailbone down, shoulder blades fall in love, press up to standing, 5-pointed star. Come back into your goddess, your temple. Rise back up, 5-pointed star. Once again, temple. Rise up, 5-pointed star. Come back to your warrior 2. Extend that front leg. Reach the left arm forward. Trikonasana triangle. Warrior 2 for your reverse. And we move into lizard on the other side. Taking your time to move that left foot out, peel it open, send the hands forward and the pelvis forward. And then if it suits your body here in the here and now, you're going to come to prop or the mat with your forearms. And for me, that was just a big, beautiful spine opener. Hands plant underneath you. Return to a tabletop. Keep the hips right over the knees and walk your hands forward into Anahatasana, your heart opening pose. If the shoulders get a little grumpy, you can bend the elbows outward and let the fingertips touch. You want your forehead, chin, or chest on something. So that could be a prop or the mat. Now you return your awareness into the space around the heart. And you find something that makes you feel positive, whether that is love or compassion or kindness or generosity. Something in this world, in your world, that makes you smile. Bring that into your imagination. Imagine that with the breath, whatever that is, person, place, thing, piece of music, feeling, it wraps around your heart, allowing you to soften even closer to the center of the earth. Gently, you're going to tuck your tailbone. Come into a rabbit pose. So your knees come together, your feet come together. Walk your bottom back toward your heels and then place the top of your head as close to your knees as you can on the mat. The hands sweep around. Maybe they connect with your feet or your ankles. And your arms drop. Sometimes I want to just make rabbit ears on my head with my hands. Hands come under your shoulders again. And you walk them forward until you're lying down. Belly down. And we're going to bring the arms into a cactus shape. Turn the head to the right. So the left cheek and ear are on the mat. I'm going to take a fallen tree. So bend your right knee out to the right until the sole of your right foot is inside your left thigh or your calf. Just make sure you're not pressing on your knee. Now this one's a little bit tricky because it might force you to roll off your mat a little bit. You're going to take your right hand under your right shoulder and you're going to actually take your left hand across the front of your body. Take the right hand under your right shoulder, roll onto your back. You're coming into a twist. I'm completely off my mat. Yeah, drop your shoulder blades. There we go. Props in the way. Breathe in. And out. Roll back onto the front of the body. Cactus shaped arms, right side of the face on the mat. Fallen tree. Sometimes I find in the fallen tree posture, I can lift my leg a little bit higher than I can standing when you're not focused so much on the balance. Left hand under your left shoulder, lift your chest and cross your body, the front of your body with your right arm. Use your left hand to roll you over. Left knee stays pointed to the right. And you find your way onto your back for a twist. Roll back onto your front. Hands under your shoulders, forehead on the mat. We're going to take a baby cobra here. The legs can be together or have some space between them. You don't have to come up very high. If you'd like to float your hands away from the mat, feel free. Shoulders away from the ears. Elbows tucked in. Loosen your glutes. Lift the navel. Press the bony hips into the earth. 5, 4, 3, 2. Child's pose. We're just going to take a couple of breaths here. Find your way to a seat in the middle of your mat. Just like fallen tree, we're going to extend the left leg, square the hips up, sole of the right foot either on the left calf or the thigh. We're going to face the heart toward the left knee and float the arms in front, lock them into your shoulders. Breathe in. Exhale, shift from the hips forward like you were reaching way past your toes. And then you can drop your hands in your head when you're ready. You're aiming for a long spine, so if that means you need to bend your left knee like I'm doing here, feel free. Rise up to your seat. We're going to take that to the other side. Being sure to make the hips square. Sometimes they unsquare dance. Use the belly, rise back up, both legs extend onto the mat. Paschimottanasana, our seated double-legged forward fold. Same process we took with Janu Shirshasana. Breath out, rise to your seat. Soles of the feet draw together. Heels and sitting bones move toward one another. We're going to draw onto our forearms behind us. And we're going to tuck the tailbone. Stretch from the top of the pelvis all the way to the breastbone. Press the ground away with the forearms. Open the heart. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Drop your head back. You can do all that again. Tilt the pelvis up. Lengthen the torso, press the ground away with the forearms, shoulder blades connect, throat opens. We're going to move into our full Supta Baddha Konasana, releasing one of the tiny arms coming onto your back. Arms can be overhead in a V, or maybe a hand on the belly and a hand on the heart. Bringing ourselves back to any positive sensation in the body. Doesn't matter what that is. It could be that you notice your jaw has softened. Or maybe your shoulder blades are kissing the earth, and that feels really good for the heart. Big, huge belly breath in, and a full breath out. Bring your hands outside your thighs and use them to help the soles of the feet come to the earth and the knees to point to the sky. You'll need to move your feet out from one another a little bit. Hug the right knee in toward the right armpit. Find some ankle circles. Both directions. Open and close the toes. Keep that knee there. Draw the left knee in toward your left armpit. And same deal. Tuck your chin toward your chest and bring the back of the head down to the mat. Make space between your shoulder blades. Happy baby. Knees draw outside your rib cage. Feet like you're stepping on the clouds. Your arms can extend long inside your knees to take a hold of the outer edges of your feet. You might extend one leg at a time and find a little rocking motion, a little massage of your spine. And then some stillness. Extend the legs toward the sky. Bring your hands underneath your low back, palms down. Virtual legs up the wall. Legs are so heavy in the hips. The shoulders so heavy on the mat. Is there anything else your body calls for here? Take it now for 3 breaths. Or meet directly in Shavasana. For Shavasana, if possible, space between your feet and space between the arms and the side bodies. If sitting is better for you here, feel free. Rock the head left and right and then let it settle right in the center. Sneak your shoulders more toward your hips. Open and close the jaw. Waggle your eyebrows. Flare your nostrils if you got it. We'll take a few beautiful, relaxing, effortless breaths, feeling the positive energy, the white light drawing in on the in-breath, filling the body, and sharing it out with the world on the out-breath. Breathe in deeply and bend both knees. You can do that one at a time. Roll onto one side, doesn't matter which side. Return to your intention here. Bring yourself back to one of those feelings of positivity, the sensations, the positive sensations. Hold that in your heart, in your spirit, in your mind. And press yourself to a comfortable seat. Maybe you cross your legs the opposite of what you did before. The palms will draw together at your heart. Settle in here with a nice cleansing breath. Consider whether you'd like to dedicate your practice to a being or beings. And this time with our Om, we'll imagine also the white light, the beautiful soft white light coming in on our inhale. And whether silent Om as a breath or a chanted Om, this beautiful white light combined with our positive energy reaches out into the world to touch all those who need it. I'm going to take a big breath in through the nose. White light in. White light fills the body. The knuckles connect with your center forehead. May you have positive thoughts, positive speech, positive actions. May you honor one another, the light that shines, bowing and saying, Namaste. 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 With heartfelt gratitude to all the yogis who practice live or on video. My name is Karen, coming to you from Salt and Sand Studios in Vermont. Yes, it snowed. We've got a nice weekend ahead of us, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you all so much.